What's up, everybody? Welcome to the show. I am your man, KTJ. Welcome to Secrets of the Mind of a Man, where we talk about how men think when it comes to dating, relationships, and love. And I'm your host, KTJ, Kelvin Troy Johnson, former men's counselor turned love coach. And we got a good one for y'all today. Everybody's talking about it. Man takes woman to Cheesecake Factory, and then this happens. I want to hear you guys before we get into this. Please hit that subscribe button, then hit the follow button. We're building something different over here. As you guys know, I'm a men's counselor, so I came up working with men, and I share that information and try to help women to understand how men think when it comes to dating, relationships, and love. And so I still talk to the men, but I'm on everybody's side. I'm on everybody's side. So let's get into this video. This is going to be a good one. Woo! Everybody's talking about it, so you know it's a hot topic, but we're going to break this one down. Now, this is the actual full video. Now, I've seen clips of this video, but this is the full video. So I'm not going to play the whole thing through. I'm going to stop it as we go and break it down as the thing rolls. And so here we go. Let's go. All right, here we go.
Whew. Let me just get the door for you. Okay. He got me at the Cheesecake Factory, y'all. I ain't getting out this car. Mm-mm.
All right. So for those that don't know what's going on, this woman is out on a first date with this gentleman. This gentleman appears to be of Spanish descent, but not that really matters. She's out on the first date with this guy, and he has decided to take her to the Cheesecake Factory, and she's already kind of complaining about this. Now, I got something against both of them. Now, everybody jumped on this lady in a negative way, but I'm gonna play a little bit of this clip, and then I'm gonna stop it because I got something to say about this guy that I don't hear anybody else talking about. Let's go.
Yes. Would you want me to open the door for you? Look. You're recording me? Yeah. Yeah. This is the Cheesecake Factory. This is the Cheesecake Factory, y'all. What's the problem with that? This is a chain restaurant. Who takes someone that looks like this to a chain restaurant? You want to talk about it? I'm fine with talking about it, even in front of them. Oh yeah, I want to talk about it. Yeah, come on, get it on in the car. Yeah, we're gonna talk about it.
All right, let me stop right there. Okay, so here's what I have against the guy first. Here's what I have against the guy first. I always tell the guys, look, before you take a woman out to a restaurant, you check in with her. Listen to what I'm saying, guys. You don't just randomly take a woman to a restaurant and surprise her. You don't do that, right? You have to check in with her because who's to say she might have allergies to the food. She might have an allergy to shellfish. She might not eat meat. She might not eat whatever it is, dairy, right? You taking her to the Cheesecake Factory, the first thing you think is cheesecake, right? Some people can't eat dairy. So why take her someplace that she can't enjoy? Look, I hear everybody jumping on this lady, right? Immediately, but I think from the start, this is the guy's fault. He should have checked in with this lady to find out if the Cheesecake Factory was going to be okay for her. Now, right then, if he had checked in with her, she would have told him from the jump, I don't like chain restaurants. I don't like, and you know what? There's nothing wrong with that. I want y'all to start thinking for yourself, not this mob mentality, right? You don't have to eat any food that you don't want to eat. You don't have to go anywhere that you don't want to go. You don't have to, you don't have to. Ladies, you don't have to accept a chain. I don't care if it's Bonefish Grill. which is a chain. I don't care if it's Olive Garden. I don't care if it's Red Lobster. She's right. She has the right to say, I don't eat at these places. Really, what's the difference between the Cheesecake Factory and McDonald's? Not much, because they just heat the food up a lot of times, right? But and it's definitely that's not much difference between the Olive Garden and Burger King, because Olive Garden, they microwave that food right up, give you some fresh pasta, and boom, there you go, right? So you have the right to say, yes, I eat here. No, I don't eat here. All right, let's keep going. Let's keep going on this. This is good. Yes. Let's keep going on this one.
Oh, okay.
No, look, now what I will say is this, that she didn't, that the attitude is unnecessary. That attitude is unnecessary. When she opened that door, when he had to knock on the door, that's kind of a problem, because you snooty now. So that's disrespectful.
Okay. So
yes, let's talk about it. Let's talk.
Look, you shouldn't have to get in the car and say, let's talk about it. We should have been talking about it before we got there. Stop, you know, you're too old to be trying to spring a surprise, and the surprise is a Cheesecake Factory. That's not no surprise.
Talk about it.
So you expect a man to go all out on the first date. Is that right?
I mean, you're supposed to. Look at,
wait a minute. So now he's in a position of trying to defend he's trying to defend his decision to take her to a chain restaurant. Acting like she's big time. You don't have to be big time to not want to go to a chain restaurant. If you don't eat McDonald's, say I don't eat McDonald's. And you don't let somebody make you feel bad for not wanting to eat at a chain restaurant where they microwave your food. Let's go.
When you take out a beautiful woman and you're courting her, because I get courted. So you're courting her, right? You're supposed to take care of her. You're supposed to cover.
Okay, so now she's equating beauty to taking care of her and equating that to the restaurant. Now that's where you off, man. And not to mention, if I had to guess, I would say this lady's at least 42. Right? She's got to be in her mid 40s. She's over 40. You acting a bit much to be where you at. I'm just saying.
For her, you're supposed to protect her, cherish.
Did he not protect her? Did he not cherish her? Come on, lady.
Treat her well, right?
Yeah. And
supposed to do.
I agree. I went into this date as I expect, with the expectations for myself to keep you safe, you know, to respect you, to pay for your food, of course, pick you up, of course, and just treat you like a gentleman, which I believe I have done.
I mean, you've been pretty
nice. This lady has an overinflated value of herself. This lady right here has an overinflated value of herself. Now, I believe that you should have high self-esteem and really believe and love on yourself, but you do that to yourself. And you don't equate a date to your beauty. Because trust me, if a man doesn't find you attractive, he will not ask you out. So that's already apparent. Men don't go out on dates with women that they don't feel attraction for. Now, women will go out on a date with a man that they don't feel attraction for, because women go out on a date for different reasons than men. Women go out on a date to have fun, to enjoy the atmosphere, to dance, to drink, to have a night out, to show off their new outfit, to feel good, to get dressed up, to put on makeup, to get their heels, put on their heels, to put their hair together, to just dance and be beautiful. And you know, they'll take a guy so that he provides the covering, so he provides the protection and the provision and all of that. They'll take you for that. But men aren't like that. Men do not go out on dates with women that they don't find something attractive on them. Let's keep going.
I mean,
And then
Cheesecake Factory.
Mm-hmm.
I, on the other hand, have certain expectations for a girl I go out with on the first date. I expect her to be respectful too. I expect her to be cooperative.
Wait a minute. He expects her to be cooperative and respectful. That's already 2 strikes against you because those 2 things she hasn't done.
And at least,
What did I do that wasn't cooperative?
You didn't get out the car, ma'am. You didn't get out the car. You could have found something at the Cheesecake Factory that you would have liked. I'm sure they got something.
Well, I mean, like, even like when we were walking to the car, you wouldn't put your hand around my arm or anything like that.
Listen, this man, he's used to a different kind of woman. he's not used to this kind of woman. He's used to a different kind of woman. You can tell.
That or hold my hand or anything like that.
I mean, it's too early for that.
Okay.
I don't know.
So he wanted to break the touch barrier. He expects a woman that he's with to break the touch barrier, and she is not comfortable breaking the touch barrier. That right there is a bad sign, fellas. If a woman is uncomfortable with you touching her, and she said it's too early for that. It's too early for you to cuff the man's arm as you're walking, especially if you want him to provide protection for you. That's a way that's saying we are together. You can't get all the other things if you don't want this thing. If you don't want to touch me, why should I pay for your meal?
And I can respect that. I can respect that. When
he says I can respect that, but he doesn't like that.
I got to your apartment to pick you up. You didn't want to invite me in. I can respect that too.
So why are you picking her up? See, this is why you don't have somebody pick you up. You go drive yourself, or you catch Uber, catch Lyft, and get to the place so that if you don't like what happens, because he would have, look, when you had to put the cheesecake, giving the driver the instructions to take you to the Cheesecake Factory, you just said right then, I don't go to the Cheesecake Factory. Let me get back on the phone with this guy. Boom. Changed, and you wouldn't even end up here. So they ended up here because they didn't communicate.
Not
again.
We're not there yet. Okay. And then, but
I mean, I feel like I'm doing everything I'm supposed to do as a woman.
But
I got myself all made up.
There's nothing wrong with the Cheesecake Factory, right?
Yes, there's a lot wrong with the Cheesecake Factory.
Okay, well, look at my plan where we were gonna go originally.
See, now that's where we should have went. All right there.
So look, he had a plan. Let's talk about this. This is what I was talking about earlier. He had a plan for places he wanted to take her, but he did not communicate that to her. This is his fault. This date didn't go well because this is his fault. Fellas, you have to communicate. You have to tell her what to wear, how to dress, where you're going, what the plans are for the evening. Let's say, because she probably could have brought some sneakers if, let's say, you want to go bowling afterwards. Maybe you want to go do something casual afterwards, right? Fellas, you have to communicate. And I can tell you this, a man that doesn't communicate in the beginning will not communicate in the end. To the ladies who's watching this is an indication right here. A man who doesn't communicate in the beginning will not communicate if you guys decide to be together. He will not communicate as your boyfriend. He will not communicate as a husband, and miscommunication will be your biggest issue. Let's keep going.
Call him.
No.
What do you mean no?
See,
look, now he's mad. Now he's mad. And she doesn't understand what you mad for. We could just go somewhere else.
I specifically told you both yesterday and this morning that I'd come to pick you up at 4 p.m. Right? And I got to your place at 4 p.m. You didn't even come downstairs for another hour. And so I was waiting downstairs.
No, now, fellas, you do not wait for a woman for an hour. You do not sit downstairs in your car and wait for a woman for an hour. She gonna get 15 minutes. After 15-minute grace period, after that, pull off. At no more than 20 minutes. Because nobody should be an hour late when you told her what time to show up. Because that's a clear sign of things to come.
I understand.
For an hour, right?
But I wasn't expecting for.
Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. I want y'all to see that. Did y'all see that? That look on her face? She's being scolded and she doesn't like it. She's being scolded, and guess what? That I know. That's what your daughter does. when you have to tell her something. I know. She knows. You know why she knows? Because she's done this before. This isn't her first time at the rodeo. She's done this before. She's been disrespectful before. And she thinks because she's kind of cute that she can do this again. And she will do this to the next guy until she wakes up and realizes it's not working.
For work to take me so long. I got home a little late. And like I said, I don't know you well enough to invite you.
Wait a minute. But you could have told him that, ma'am. You could have communicated. Listen, I got home a little late. The date's going to be a little later. I'm going to need like an extra hour. So don't come until it's, an extra hour. Then he would have been fine with that. People are not communicating. It's got nothing to do with the Cheesecake Factory. It's got everything to do with communication.
Up into my apartment. And that is not possible.
And that's why I'm saying.
Look, he shouldn't have had to come to your apartment. He shouldn't have had to even come to your apartment. You should have been downstairs when he pulled up, ma'am.
I'm thinking, okay, if we're not there in the relationship to, meet at your apartment, then maybe we're not ready in a relationship for such a nice, fancy restaurant as Aria, especially if I'm paying for the whole thing.
Now, you got to give it to him. My man gave her the logic. And look at that face. My man gave her the logic. Look, baby, if we're not at the level where you can invite me to your apartment, maybe we're not at the level that you just serve some high-end, $200 dinner.
Which I'm still willing to do. I would have been. But if we're late, I told you twice.
It wasn't that late.
We literally left.
Look. She's mocking him at this point. So now let's total this up. She's already disrespected him getting to the restaurant and say, "I'm not getting out." He had to knock on the window and ask her what the problem is, and she said, "Yes." That nasty attitude, that was enough to just get back in the car and take her back home. I don't even care what the problem is. You don't bring your nasty attitude to a date. Let's keep going.
Your place at the time the reservation was supposed to be. And I specifically said 4 because maybe
my man is now explaining. Look, my man is now explaining and disciplining her. And that's something you don't do on a first date. You're trying to get her to understand and to be different on the first date? Gentlemen, understand a woman is who she is. And sometimes she's that way because you made it that way. Let's keep going. We almost through with this. Let's keep going.
Maybe we could get there early and even have some time to get to know each other on the way there and while we're in the parking lot. Waiting for a reservation.
We can still get to know each other. Isn't there another restaurant you can call that, equivalent to that? I literally you don't understand. Look at me. I cannot go in the Cheesecake Factory.
Hold on. That right there is the reason why you have to take her home. That look at me. I cannot go into the Cheesecake Factory. That look at me. That's the reason why he has to take her home. Because she thinks that it's an honor to be with him at she thinks she's the person that's being honored, when it's actually the man's honor to take you. She thinks this man should be honored to be with her. It's actually she should be honored to be with him, that a man will take you through all this and enjoy an evening with you, especially with that attitude.
There's nothing wrong with
I
that.
will die. That's
Okay.
embarrassing.
Listen, as I said, I have very specific certain.
She said embarrassing. No, your attitude is embarrassing, ma'am.
Expectations for that. I can tell it's not gonna be there.
Yes. So listen to this, y'all. Gentlemen, if you find that you get all of this resistance, all this opposition, all of this pushback, all of this me from a woman, you just go ahead and charge her to the game. Charge her to the game and let her go, because you're going to just only have more of this. If you don't want more of this, then you got to let her go, because trust me, more is coming.
And maybe we're not right for each other.
Look at that face. Look at her face. Look at that face. She looks like a spoiled child. This woman is a spoiled child. This is not a grown woman. It's a spoiled child. Oh, now you're going to take me home. My God.
So, respectfully, I'm going to just drop you off at home.
Oh, no, he didn't.
Yeah, I'm up.
So, you just want to call it a night?
She seems surprised. She seems surprised. Gentlemen, she's done this before. Fellas, there's somebody who looked at that green dress and everything in it and decided to put up with her BS. Somebody saw her in that dress with that cup size and was like, you know what? Well, I'll take you somewhere else. We don't have to do that. I'll bend. She's used to people bending because of how she looks in that dress. Well, guess what, ma'am? You just one in a many in a number. You are pick in a penny bank. You are one penny. Men got a lot of options today, and my man's about to choose his other ones.
I mean, isn't there some kind of compromise or something?
No. The compromise should have came earlier.
Ladies, can you believe this?
I'm sorry, y'all.
Hold on. And the fact that she's talking on the camera. She's talking to a camera. She's decided to join. Now, look, of course, y'all, I don't know if this is actually a skit, because people do these skits all the time. And sometimes you don't know what's real and what's not real, but I know that there are some women who do this for real. So it could be a skit or it could be real. Y'all drop in the comments if y'all think this is real or not.
If I don't feel respected, I am not gonna go through with the rest of the day.
He said, if I don't feel respected, I'm not gonna go through with a date. That is exactly the right thing. But at the same time, you got to take full responsibility, sir, that you created this because you didn't communicate clearly what the expectations were and what you were hoping from her. So now you're in this situation. Let's finish this up.
Well, I mean, you are serious. You're really leaving.
Yeah, I mean, you didn't want this place anyway, right?
I mean,
spoiled child.
I mean, I understand that I was late. I understand that. I understand.
Look, now she understands. I understand I was late. Like that's no big deal. Late means you're wasting my time. Late means you're wasting my efforts, my energy, my substance. You're wasting my life already. And you're acting like it's no big deal. Yeah, okay.
that I could have been a bit more cooperative.
I could have been a bit more cooperative. Yes, you could have. Yes, you could have.
You made some good points. That's why I'm willing to compromise.
Now he made some good points after he drove off, fellas. For some of these, listen, for some of these women, you're going to have to drive off before they realize you're serious. She didn't think that man was serious. She didn't think that guy was serious. But now she does. Now my man had to drive off and she's like, oh, snap. He really serious. Well, maybe I am wrong. Maybe I am snooty. Maybe I am too uppity in my green dress.
Are you sure you want to go home?
Are you sure you want to go home? Oh, now she start you hear that humility sneaking in after my man has decided she needs this.
I don't have a lot of rules. I don't have a lot of expectations for a first date, but I've already set them.
And this is the first date. Oh man, this is a clear bad sign. Red flag.
And you've broken everyone.
All right. So look, understand this. Understand this. You have a right to have whatever it is you want for your life. And nobody has the right to tell you you can't have it. You have a right to go where you want to go and be treated how you want to be treated, right? But what you have to do is learn how to communicate that expectation. Guys, you have to communicate. Ladies, you have to communicate. If everybody's communicating from the beginning, everyone ends up happy in the end. All right. All right, you guys, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button before you get out of here, and share this video with somebody. We're building something different out here, something special, and I'm glad you guys are along for the ride. Check out the next video.